Hello everybody, my name is Amy and welcome back to Artburst Sillies. Now today we're going to talk about poetry and we're going to do a little bit of Pictionary a little bit later. Poetry and Pictionary sounds like nonsense, doesn't it? Well, I really like poems that are a little bit silly. So we found this book and it's really fantastic. It's called I'm Just No Good at Rhyming and Other Nonsense. And it's a collection of poems written by Chris Harris and illustrated by Lane Smith. And the book has lots of fantastic illustrations in it as well to go with all of the silly poems inside. Now, I had a little look through this book and I read lots of the poems, and one of them I liked particularly for two reasons. Now, reason number one was it was complete nonsense, and reason number two was that it had a really nice rhythm. So I'm going to read this poem to you now, and it's called The Island Where Everyone's Toby. I've been to Tahiti, I've been to Nairobi, I've been to the Arctic, I've been to the Gobi. The oddest place though that I ever did know be the island where everyone's Toby. The first man I met there, a farmer named Toby, said, "Please meet my wife, who is also named Toby." I then met their children named Toby and Toby and Toby and Toby and Toby. I hadn't had dinner, so Toby sent Toby to Toby's food market, where Toby sold Toby some prime Toby beef and some pasta al Toby, and then for dessert some peach Toby. The hour grew late, and so Toby said, "Toby, tell Toby that Toby can sleep next to Toby, and Toby's bed then will be free unless Toby would rather be sleeping with Toby." Then Toby hugged Toby, and Toby hugged Toby, and Toby and Toby and Toby hugged Toby. Then four of the Tobys hugged one other Toby and said, "Don't forget about Toby." And then the next morning I said, "Goodbye, Toby," and farewell to Toby, and toodaloo, Toby, and au revoir, Toby, and adios, Toby, and Toby and Toby and Toby. And since I've sailed all around this great globe, from Roosevelt Island to Lake Okeechobee, and yet still the place where my thoughts always go be the island where everyone's Toby. Of course, on its sister isle, everyone's Rory, but that is a whole other story. There you go, the island where everyone's Toby. Now, I really like that, and I really like the dum-dee-dee-dum-dee-dee-dum-dee-dee-dum-dee, dum-dee-dee-dum-dee-dee-dum-dee-dum-dee. That's the rhythm. Now, in poetry, that's called an iambic meter. An iambic is Latin for pacing. So it's a bit like the rhythm of when you're walking along. So how about you try writing a poem while you're walking along and try and make the words go with the rhythm of your steps? That would be good, wouldn't it? Maybe I'll try that when I write my poem about the island of Amy. Oh, the island of Amy. The island of Amy. Hey Libby, can you draw me a picture of the island of Amy?